sitting up on Summit, and one marked state trooper vehicle, 2 black SUVs. There's 3 state trooper vehicles escorted 4 Antifa shuttle buses right here front and center. There was actually 5 vehicles total. There was 3 up front, 2 in the back. They escorted right here, waited for them to get off their buses, and they had the state troopers unloaded and took their positions. Watch. There's that guy. He had his lights on. They were coming, and then there's the ones up front too. They escorted, and each one of those buses are labeled. They're all paid charter buses.
Look at that, bro.
Check this out. Watch. Here's the black SUVs up front, and wait till you see who leads it.
Wow. They freaking brought damn Antifa here.
They escorted them here.
You've got to be.
Lights flashing and all.
You've got to be effing kidding me.
Lights flashing.
Patriots, are you guys watching this? You guys share this video, please. You've got to be kidding me. On video.
I watched him do it.
Hell no, bro.
I want you to pay attention to the first group of assailants as they break into the building. The second man through the window is wearing full tactical body armor.
Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of the Worth Report for January 15th, Keeping America Vigilant 2021. Premeditated. The FBI is following leads that show the riot at the U.S. Capitol last week was pre-planned, and even fake news CNN is reporting on it. Reports indicate that weapons and tactics seen on surveillance video has led the FBI to believe that this was not just a protest that went bad. Investigators are also citing indications that some individuals left the Trump rally early to retrieve items used in the assault, and they're focusing their investigation on the, quote, command and control aspect of the attack. Corruption experts are involved to, quote, follow the money and investigate travel and communications records to build a case similar to a counterterrorism investigation. Likely the biggest bombshell is that law enforcement officials have said that the FBI has received tips appearing to show members of Congress with people who later showed up at the riot. On its face, it seems that CNN is actually reporting some honest news here. Wouldn't it be something if CNN was doing this to save its own butt, knowing that they're all about to go down? Because in reality, the article they published almost seems to foreshadow the downfall of the Democrats, as everyone knows that they were behind this. In fact, more undercover video from Project Veritas has exposed organizers of these staged riots, who say they are working directly for the Democratic Party. They pay people to stage riots and even infiltrate Trump rallies. For example, the woman on the oxygen that was allegedly beat up was a fraud. Take a look at these 2 video clips. You can't make this stuff up, folks.
These are all the Trump and Pence appearances. Tomorrow, for instance, we are turning out 500 people in front of the Trump International in D.C. We have to have people prepared to go wherever these events are, which means we have to have a central kind of agitator training.
Yep.
Now, we have a built-in group of people in New York who do this.
Okay.
We have a built-in group of people in DC who do this.
I was going to say, are they localized?
We have a group of people in Vegas. We have a group of people in Colorado. We have a group of people in Minneapolis.
So I'm basically Deputy Rapid Response Director for the DNC for all things Trump on the ground.
This guy is Aaron Black. He works full-time for Creamer at Democracy Partners. He directs the spontaneous protests at Trump and Pence events. His real name is actually Aaron Minter. We don't know why he uses the name Black.
Nobody's really supposed to know about me. So the Chicago protest, when they shut all that was us. It was more him than me, but none of this is supposed to come back to us because we want it coming from people. We don't want it to come from the party. So if we do a protest and it's DNC protest, it's right away the press is going to say partisan. But if I'm in there coordinating with all the groups on the ground and sort of playing field general, but they're the ones talking to the cameras, then it's actually people. But if we send out press advisories with DNC on them and Clinton campaign, it doesn't have the same effect.
We have to be really careful because what we don't need is for it to show up on CNN that the DNC paid for X people to. That's not going to happen.
So me and I did the Chicago Trump event where we shut down the light bulbs. Yeah.
Zulema Rodriguez and Aaron Black are bragging about a protest last March that turned extremely violent and led the Trump campaign to cancel a huge rally. Fights broke out between protesters and Trump supporters, and 2 Chicago police officers were injured. Based on our reporting, the event was not spontaneous.
We planted multiple people in that front area around him and in the back to make sure there wasn't just a action that happened up front. There was also a reaction that happened out back.
Remember this woman? Her name is Shirley Teeter. She is a 69-year-old sufferer of COPD. According to numerous news stories at the time, she was assaulted at a Trump rally in North Carolina by Trump supporter Richard Campbell. The media played her story across the country for days.
She was one of our activists.
She was one of your activists
who had been trained up to bird dogs.
Yes.
So the term bird dogging, you put people in the line at the front, which means they have to get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, so they're getting the front of the rally so that when Trump comes down the rope line, they're the ones asking him the question in front of the reporters because they're pre-placed there. To funnel that kind of operation, you have to start back with people 2 weeks ahead of time and train them how to ask questions.
Right.
You have to train them to bird dog.
No, I'm saying we have mentally ill people that we pay to do shit. Make no mistake. Over the last 20 years, I've paid off a few homeless guys to do some crazy stuff, and I've also taken them for dinner, and I've also made sure they had a hotel and a shower, and I've put them in a program. Like, I've done that, but the reality is a lot of, especially in our union guys, a lot of pre-union guys, they'll do whatever you want. Yeah. They're rock and roll. When I need to get something done in Arkansas, the first guy I call is the head of the AFL-CIO down there, because he will say, what do you need? And I will say, I need a guy who will do this and this, and they find that guy. And that guy will be like, yeah, hell, let's do it.
Bird dogging. Bird dogging. It's a word we had not heard until we got into this investigation. But when we checked the WikiLeaks Clinton emails, we found references to the term in emails to and from the campaign.
Thank God for Project Veritas. Are you kidding me, America? Where the hell is the FBI and the Department of Justice? Oh, that's right. They're in on it too. Pray for this corruption and collusion to be completely exposed and extracted from our government, America, and for our FBI and Department of Justice to be restored.